Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
We have completed a lot of derivations, a lot of mathematical steps in our physics class while we were discussing about motion in a straight line. Now, again the question is, I was asking you that when we were discussing about speed, when we were discussing about displacement, when we were discussing about path length, when we were discussing about instantaneous velocity, that whether these are the quantities whatever we have discussed, is it enough for us to find out the motion of the object. And after that what we did, we extend our view in such a way that we were using some graphs and we understood. But again it is not sufficient for us to understand the motion of the object. So that we are going to discuss some of the equations, some of the mathematical steps which will give you exactly, if you know the velocity means okay, displacement, acceleration you can find out. If you know the acceleration means displacement and velocity you can find out. If you know the displacement means you can find out the acceleration. If such equation if I get means, isn't it very easy? Yes, it definitely easy. And such equations we are going to tell as kinematic equations. Okay, kinematic equations. So, some of the equations we are going to derive today. It is a very important questions for 5 marks, so that dear students, okay, listen properly these derivations. What we are going to write down for the kinematic equation, we are going to write down a typical graph which is nothing but velocity meter per second, velocity time graph, velocity time graph we are going to write down. Now always we were starting about zero velocity, no, first you were at rest, after that you were starting. Now what do you know, you were running from the shopping mall, you didn't stop here, you were running to the college. But what we are going to consider only from the college to home to the college way. That time what you were not rested here, you were not having zero velocity, you were having some velocity at this point, mean already initial velocity was there. When you start to observe the motion of the object, if that object is not at rest and it is having some velocity means that becomes the initial velocity. So now for the object you will be having in seconds, you will be having some initial velocity. We are going to write down it as V0. It is having some initial velocity. We are going to write down it as V0. Okay. And after that, it is moving with constant velocity. So finally, it reaches here. It becomes final velocity at a time t. Okay. This you have to write down here. So if I extend this, what happens? This becomes V0. This one total how much? Total year to year V. So how much it is? This distance, that is nothing but V minus V0. So this total distance is how much? V. This distance is V0. This distance is V minus V0. Okay, in that way it is. So what is the slope of the graph? The slope I can write down in this way, right? A dotted line you have to write down. Okay, a dotted line you have to write down. This is the typical graph for object moving with some velocity. Okay, consider a VT graph as shown in the figure, okay, where V0 is the initial velocity and V is the final velocity. Okay, object is moving with some velocity and increasing, means now home is here, you are coming from the shopping mall, when you are reaching here I am going to start the clock. Okay, means at 0 time you had some velocity, that is maybe 20 meter per second, again you are running to the college, 20 meter, 30 meter, 40 meter, increasing, your velocity goes on increasing. Okay, that is like this. So v is the final velocity, okay, in time interval t. Okay, but what we know, we know that slope of Vt graph gives acceleration. So how I can find out acceleration? So slope is nothing but, that is slope is nothing but how much, this triangle, no, y by x, the same way we have calculated the slope. How much slope means v minus v naught divided by this much, how much, see this is v minus v naught, this is how much, t. So it gives acceleration, that implies v minus v naught, which is equal to acceleration, t you are going to bring to the right side, means it becomes v minus v naught is equal to a into t. No, this is one equation. Now v naught you are going to bring here, that minus v naught you are going to bring here, means it becomes v is equal to v naught plus at. Okay, so this is the thing, this is equation 1 I will write down, this is equation 2 I am going to write down. Okay, this is the thing, this is in out of 5 marks, if you write down this mark, means you will get 1 and 2 marks. Now 3 more marks are remaining, that is a one equation. Now what we are going to write down, we also know that area under Vt graph gives displacement, area under Vt graph gives displacement, this is area, everything is area, no. So area means under that Vt graph what we have, one rectangle we have, okay, and one triangle we have. So that you have to write down, we know that area under Vt graph equal to displacement. So displacement you are going to write down x, displacement you are going to write down x. So x is equal to area under Vt graph. Vice versa I have written, okay, displacement I have brought here, area I have brought there. So what is area under Vt graph? It is nothing but sum of the area of the triangle plus sum of the area of the rectangle. Area of triangle plus area of rectangle. Okay. So what is area of triangle? Area of triangle is nothing but half into base into height plus length into breadth, area of the rectangle. So what is half? Half you have to write down constant. Base is nothing but how much? Base of the triangle. Base into height, that is nothing but t. Okay. Into height is how much? V minus V naught. Okay. Plus length into breadth. Length is t, breadth is V naught. Length is t, breadth is V naught. So V naught into t. So this is nothing but displacement. So x is equal to this, I will write down here first, that is V naught into t plus half. Okay. V minus V naught means what? V minus V naught. So from equation 1 I can write down. Okay. I will write down once again here, x is equal to V naught into t plus half into V minus V naught into t I am going to write down. Now substitute equation 1 in this equation such a way that V minus V naught is equal to 80. V minus V naught is equal to 80 if you substitute, means x is equal to V naught into t plus half will remain same. V minus V naught is nothing but a into t. Okay, so that happens x is equal to V naught into t plus half a t square, like that it is. This is equation 2. So if you write down till here means you are going to get 5 marks. If you write down till here means you are going to get 5 marks. So next one more equation is there. Okay, they may ask you derive. Okay, there are 2 questions they are going to ask. Derive x is equal to V naught t plus half a t square. That time what you have to do? Everything you have to write down as it is still there. That is nothing but x is equal to V naught t plus half a t square. X is equal to V naught t plus half a t square. Consider this equation as a star. Okay, equation star. Now they will ask you to derive one more equation. So remember, write this. I am going to erase this. Okay, till here I am going to erase this so that I can write down some other steps. Okay, so now from equation star we have x is equal to V naught into t plus multiply half V, right, isn't it, half, so multiply this V into t minus V naught into t, right. Okay, what happens? X is equal to V naught into t plus half V into t minus half V naught into t. See, this is nothing but 1 V naught t. This is nothing but half V naught t. So you can write down 1 V naught t minus half V naught t plus half Vt you can write down. 1 minus half is half. So half V naught t plus half Vt you can write down. So which is equal to, what is that? Which is equal to x. So half is common, t is common. So you can write down half here. Okay, V plus V naught into t. Okay, from equation 1 how you can write down? From equation 1 t, if I keep here itself, a comes here, no, so t is equal to V minus V naught divided by a from this equation, no. So if you substitute that by substituting, okay, this is equation 3 I am going to write down. So this is star dash from 3 and star dash, you have this star dash you have to apply here. Okay, so V minus V naught divided by a, if you write down, means x is equal to half will be remains here, V plus V naught here, t means how much? V minus V naught divided by a. So from that what happens? See, a plus b, a minus b. A plus b into a minus b is nothing but a square minus b square. So half into a will be remain in the denominator, a square minus b square, v square minus v naught square. Okay, it is equal to x. Again I am going to erase this, write down these things before, well, once again if you see the video, means write down these things. Okay, so I am going to write down the next step of this, that is nothing but x is equal to, that is 1 by 2a. Okay, v square 2a, if I bring to the another side, means what happens? 2ax, which is equal to v square minus v naught square, v square minus v naught square. So what happens? V square is equal to minus, if I bring, means here it becomes plus, that is 2ax, already it is there, minus v naught square bring here, that becomes plus vx. Okay, or plus v naught square, no. So you can write down v square, which is equal to v naught square plus 2ax. This is the one more equations. So what you have to write down? If they ask derive v square which is equal to v naught square plus 2ax, means what you have to write down? Still till that equation star you have to write down. After that you have to continue these steps. Okay, no need to derive this x is equal to v naught t plus half a t square. So in those two types of questions they are going to ask. One is to derive x is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, or derive v square is equal to v naught square plus 2ax. If they ask you x is equal to v naught t plus half a t square, what you have to do? You have to write down as it is at the first till equation 2. Okay. If they ask that v square is equal to v naught square 2ax, means what you have to do? Till equation star you have to write down. After that you should not write down these steps. This you have to write down for the examination. So this you have to practice. This you have to practice for 2 to 3 times by looking at derivation, by looking at the steps. Same similar mathematical steps, nothing is there, but you have to keep on practicing so that you will understand this, okay, or so that you will get without looking at the book you can write down the derivation. Practice is very much necessary to learn this derivation. It is a very important derivation if the board exam is considered. Okay, so this derivation is very important for us. So we will get kinematic equation. So how many equations we got? We got v is equal to v naught plus at. This is the first equation we got. Next equation we got x is equal to v naught t plus half at square. It was the second equation. Next final equation we got, that is nothing but this, that is v square is equal to v naught square 2ax. This is what we achieved. Now we need not to write down any graphs, we need not to define any of the things. If you know velocity, you can find out this. If you know any two of the quantities, one quantity you can find out. If you know any two of the quantities, one quantity you can find out. This is the power of mathematics we can use in physics, so that we can understand, we can find out any of the quantity, any of the time. Okay, that is the beauty of mathematics and mathematical steps if you use here means. Okay, that is what at the first previous videos, previous classes I was saying, that nothing but when we use mathematics is the language of physics. When we use mathematics, we can find out. Now the work is easy for us. If you know these equations, the same equations you have understood, you have written in your lower classes, but you didn't derive it. Okay, how those equations came, that you didn't know. Okay, in today's class we learn this. Okay. So once again go through the video, once again practice it, these equations, okay, so that you can write down and you can get your 5 marks for the board exams.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.